Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander. And today we have another episode in our Spoiler Spotlight series in which I talk about, well, spoilers and tell you what my thoughts are on them. But before that, just a quick reminder to click subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We're well on our way to 1 million subscribers and your support means everything to me. And today we're going to be talking about Pippin, Guard of the Citadel. For 1 white and 1 blue, it's a legendary creature, Halfling Soldier 2/2 with Vigilance, Ward 1, and tap. Another target creature you control gains protection from the card type of your choice until end of turn. This is a really interesting Mother of Runes variant for 2 mana. It's a little bit more expensive than the original one and it can't target itself, but it actually gains a lot of advantages over that classic card. So to start off, it has Vigilance, which means you can attack and use its ability. That's a great ability to have because there's almost always going to be someone on board that you can attack if you get this down early enough. So chipping in for damage while still being able to stay up for protection is really good. Ward 1 is obviously very helpful as well. This is a card that people are going to have to remove at some point in the game, so taxing them even a little bit is going to make it that much more annoying and maybe make them reconsider where they point of removal. That's a great ability to have on this kind of card. But obviously the main thing about the card is the tap ability, and it's a really interesting one. Usually these kind of effects only target color, so they kind of gain protection from the color of your choice. That is not always ideal in Commander because people really like playing multicolored decks, and also they play artifacts in their decks and artifact creatures. So this card targeting by type I think is actually really useful. You essentially still get all the same advantages that you would get with the color protection. You can basically protect against any removal spell by choosing the type of that removal spell as it is cast. But on top of that, you get the added benefit of basically making your creature unblockable if you needed to, even against multicolored decks. So if somebody's playing a deck full of creatures on board and you can't get through, you can suddenly give you a card protection from creatures, and that is no longer a problem. That is a huge upside and can allow you to swing through with very big creatures. The other deck type where this is surprisingly good and probably better than the Mother of Runes kind of effects is in Voltron strategies, because those decks tend to have a bunch of enchantments and artifacts attached to a really big creature, probably the commander. You don't want to give those creatures protection from a certain color sometimes because then the enchantments will fall off. So protection effects are really kind of awkward in those decks. However, Pippin again gets around that. You can give your suited up commander protection from instants or sorceries, no problem. It doesn't matter what color they are, they're not going to be able to target it. You can also give it, as we just mentioned, unblockable, and in a Voltron deck that can basically be a ton of damage going for the opponent's face that they're not going to be able to deal with. So there's a lot of upsides to Mother of Runes from this card just by changing the wording a little bit. It's really interesting to me how much better and how different the card can play just by that slight tweak in the wording. I think this card is going to be really strong in Commander. The only thing that might hold it back a little bit is that white, blue are not the most aggressive colors, and they're also not the colors that necessarily want to be Voltroning the most. However, in the right shell, this card can definitely shine, and I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes quite a pain to deal with in your future Commander games. So there you have it. Those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think about this card? Please let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel. And until next time, take care. Woo!